Everyone, today we have Steve here. He's going to show off his Honda Element. So, let's see.
Hi, Steve Widowson from San Diego, California, up here at the Honda Museum. Met some really nice people with other Hondas. Wanted to show you mine. I got a 2006 P, which means that all the cladding got painted. Finally afforded to paint all the parts on the cars instead of the early ones. Got a few things. I've got the auxiliary light bar.
Where did you get this light bar
The
from?
light bar is from Oz USA. They're a San Diego company. Really nice product. Very reasonable priced. You can buy more expensive, but I don't think you'll find anything better.
And I think we measured this one. You said it's 30.
It's a 30-inch
There you
end to end. It runs on an aux beam, which I'll show you. It's under the hood here. It's got the
Oh, it's the controls here.
that has all the fuses and the relay system in it. It has a one cord that goes through the firewall, and then that controls this and everything that you ever wanted to plug into, so you don't have wires running inside the cab.
And this looks really well done here.
Yeah,
Very
I
professional.
built all the brackets. It all has metric nutserts on it. Upgraded to the full-size battery. I found out that the Honda battery you can't find everywhere. This has Walmart, which, by the way, anybody, they're all made by the same company. So they seem to have the best price, the best warranty.
There you go. Nice, nice. Now, what does this do here?
That isolates the battery from the camping battery. So at the end of a long day, or it also acts as a jumper cable.
Yeah, okay. Nice. Very clean in here.
Yep. It's low mileage, 155,000 miles on it.
And tell everyone, how much did you get this car for?
I paid about $6,000 for it.
How much?
$6,000.
6,000.
Yeah.
And what year?
It's a 2006.
2006.
I looked
That is
forever
incredible.
I looked for a long time for 2007 because it has the better overdrive transmissions. It also has a little bit bigger horsepower. But the price in 1 year goes up quite a bit.
It does.
You pay for that premium, but I find it was actually a better vehicle, but money is money when it comes down to it.
That's true. And,
uh,
you got an all-wheel drive.
All-wheel
Honestly,
drive, yeah.
what a deal.
It's kind of confusing. People that are not Honda people, the moonroof only came with all-wheel drive, and all-wheel drive, all of them have a moonroof.
There you go.
And it's way in the back. It's not over the driver. It's actually in the camping area, which is kind of unique. That's one of the quirky things about
the
Honda.
Element.
Yeah. Yep. So yep, this is its name is Vera. I was lucky that the previous owner it's a one-owner car before me, had just done all the services to it. The transmission's been serviced. The differential's been serviced. It has fog lights on it, which is an option I found out. It has the spoiler. It even came with, when I bought it, it had this big, it looked like laundry in the back storage area. It turned out it was the cocoa mats
Oh,
and a cabana.
nice.
Yeah, so that was a big plus when I bought it. I don't think they knew what it was or how plus it was.
I don't think so either, considering the price that you got it for.
Yeah.
What a steal. So what do you have up here? Let's show us around here.
I'm preparing to go to Bonneville in August, so I'm trying to keep the sun down. So I bought two 180-degree awnings.
And for those who don't know, what's Bonneville?
Bonneville is the Salt Flats near Salt Lake City that cars are going to try and run 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 miles an hour.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. It's a big
Dang.
contest to see who can run the fastest.
Yeah,
I don't think there'll be any Honda Elements running, but I'm going to be there camping.
there you go.
This also has the fifth element camper system in it.
Oh.
I can't say enough about this company. The architecture, the design, the fit and finish are unbelievable. And I come from a long line of antique cars, vintage cars, that type of thing. It does exactly what it has to do. I've modified a few things. There's a technology out there called L-wire, which is electroluminous wire. I took some L-wire and installed it into the cup holders to act as a target. So while you're driving, out of the corner of your eye, you can see the opening, and you can put your coffee cup or your water. I'm not a coffee drinker. My jobs are usually stimulating enough, but it has lots of storage units. So you can put extra water, you can put your charging cords.
That's huge.
I added a charging USB charger in the front.
Oh, you made that yourself?
Yeah, put that on there. You can see the aux beam command keyboard there.
Now, Steve, what is your background as far as doing all these electrical stuff?
Well, I was pretty lucky that very early on a company called me. They build and maintain Rolls Royce motor cars.
Oh.
And in 1970, I served an apprenticeship with them to repair cars in service. And so that part of it was driven into me. Even prior to that, my grandfather taught university level shop to industrial design people, engineers and scientists up at Minnesota University. So that was kind of always my upbringing.
Wow.
Do things right, do it once.
Yeah. Measure twice, cut once, right?
Yes. Measure 6 times, cut once. Yes. Yeah. So after 20 years there, I wanted a little change. I went and worked for, actually, of all places, Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola?
Yeah, I used to put Coke in a can.
What?
I was a seaming engineer, which meant I had to make sure that the can got sealed properly. Otherwise, it went everywhere.
Coke explosion there.
Coke explosion, yes, yeah. And this was the new Coke era.
Yeah.
Where we had max headroom bothering us all the time. And those cans were bigger, and when we used to have to set up the machinery, it was different. So we had to take everything apart, redo it, and then by morning have it all running again.
Yeah.
So I come from Vanagon's. I had a Volkswagen Vanagon Synchro that I turned into a camper. We called the Fullfolia instead of the Westfalia. And so again, going out to the desert, built dune buggies for people, off-road vehicles, other campers. I used to put handicap controls in expensive cars, Ferraris, Lamborghinis and stuff, in my garage. So I have a pretty good tooled up garage, mill, lathe, and presses and plasma cutters and all that extra junk drawer stuff.
All the fun tools.
All the toys.
Yeah.
All the toys that make toys. Yeah.
I could tell based off your work, Steve. I've seen other Element owners do, but you just execute things like at a level where it's like just very professional. And it's, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
it's like very well done.
I'm a hard person to please. I like things a certain way. Certainly, I think there's 25 cars here, 30 cars that were all built the same, but now they've been interpreted by each individual person on what this element means to them. I'm going to go get groceries. I'm going to go down to the mall and cruise. I'm going to put lights underneath. I'm going to put mag wheels. I'm going to go off-road. They do have their limitations without modifications, but they're a great vehicle, very dependable. It's a Honda, so they just run forever.
You can't go wrong with it.
No,
here.
you can't beat a Honda. No.
Now, you were mentioning the spoiler here. This is not something you did. It came with the car.
No, actually, when I bought the car, it was kind of a fluke. I had been looking in the paper for an Element, and I knew what I wanted. And I was picking a friend up at the airport, and he texted me saying that the flight was delayed. So now I have another hour to wait at San Diego Lindbergh Field. So while waiting for him, I'm back on the internet on my phone, and I have seen, ask my wife, I have seen hundreds and hundreds of cars for sale.
She's probably tired of you looking at that
Exactly.
point.
Why don't you just go buy one? You're going to fix it anyway. And so I'm at the airport, and the first thing I see is this brand new listing. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at this. Look, oh, it fell in all the circuits, except it is 1 year older than I wanted. I wanted the 8 and newer because it has the better transmission, gear ratio. does have the better engine, but I found that the jump in price was unbelievable. So it was going outside my investment money.
There you go.
That I was going to invest in this thing. So then my buddy did show up. I said, hey, we're on a road trip. We have to, I'm not taking you home right away. He's been on the plane forever, but he's got one more duty to do, and that's go with
He probably
me.
thought he was going home, but you're like, nope.
Exactly. So we went by the car lot. I'm over, under, around, through this thing. I'm looking at all the usual rust spots. I've seen enough YouTube now to know exactly where the failures are.
Exactly.
So did all that. Next morning, come on, honey, we're going to go down and look at a car. Oh, you found one finally. Went down and looked at this thing, and it was nice. It was well done. It was at a car lot. It looked like they had dipped it in Armor All, though.
Oh.
Everything to this day is still too slippery.
It's slippery, and oh god.
So made a deal with him. Threatened him with a lot less money, and we worked out a good plan. And also worked out a deal where I could take the car for a week before any money exchanged hands.
What?
I got to drive the car for a week.
Wait, I was like, wait, that's uncommon. So did you get this from a private seller?
No, it was a car lot.
A car lot?
A car lot in San Diego, yeah.
Wow, can you name the place if
It's
anyone's looking?
Southern Cal Performance.
Wow.
Nice guys, really nice, really flexible. The owner, I actually made the deal with the owner.
Wow, that's
very nice
unheard
guy.
of.
I mean, it was sitting there with Jeeps, all the fixed up Jeeps, and we know Jeep stands for empty every pocket. And there were
Or
a lot
just
of,
expect every problem.
yeah, that too. Yeah. So the left with it, went home, looked it over. But what was odd is when I opened up the hatch to show my wife where these seats fold up and down and all this other stuff, it looked like a pile of laundry. Well, it turned out it was the cocoa mats, which I had figured out in the negotiations. Also had a cabana.
Cabana,
which is the tent that comes out of the tailgate.
Yup.
Also, it had fog lights. It had the trailer hitch, another $350 if you have to go buy one. It also had the spoiler. So a lot of $200, $300 items, which I was quite tickled with. I don't think they knew what they had.
Especially, it's hard to find those now that they don't make parts anymore.
Right,
so
exactly.
Those little items like the
Yeah.
spoiler, you have to take it off another car.
And everything on these are made out of unobtainium.
Yeah, unobtainium. Yup.
Yeah, so that's what we've nicknamed it. That's my element.
There you go, the unobtainium.
Yeah. So, but the rest of the camper system, this is a Fifth Element, very, very good product. Very proud to doing business with Nick. Yeah. So yeah, it's very nice. Of course, the moonroof gives me a couple inches in the headroom, but if you're a avid game player or a YouTuber and have to edit, this is the place. It goes in and out as simple as it looks. There's just a couple cinch belts inside here that pulls everything together. Nick has a pretty good website on how all this works. I put some lighting inside so that at night I can see inside. There you go. Yeah.
Nice.
So they can be dimmed. These were just Costco. These came out of my Vanagon when I sold the Vanagon.
Nice. So it's perfect tray to, have a laptop, have a meal, just hang out in here.
Somewhere to get out of your out of the elements.
There you go.
Into your element, yeah.
And you got that unique moonroof here that you can just kind of pop out.
Yeah, I just put some screens on top to. I was working on it the other day, and these just fold up.
There you go.
Yeah. So
nice.
for right now, that just worked to take the sun out of it.
Does the actual window itself come off if you want to?
It does. It also pivots.
Oh, really?
Which is nice. Yeah. So you just the back windows don't roll down; they pop out.
Look at that. Yeah.
Makes almost like a T-top. Now, just my wife also for Christmas bought me the weather guard deflectors. Unbelievable difference in rolling a window down.
How do you feel inside as far as comfort? Because a lot of people say, I'm tall. You're a very tall man.
I'm 6'1" and shrinking.
You look comfortable in there.
I'm comfortable. What's nice is when this was designed, it's got a slant on it, so it's not flat, so that it puts your backside down just a little bit. Also, there's a little bit of angle to this, so the ergonomics are quite nice. Now, when I do sleep, I do have a topper that sits on top.
Gotcha. Okay, for some extra
Walmart
support.
$30 twin bed topper, and it's a memory foam.
Can't go wrong with Walmart.
No, you can't beat Walmart for just about everything. Like I said about their batteries, they're made by everything else, and I used to put them in the Vanagons when I used to put solar panels in for friends. And they've got a 3-year warranty, but they'll last 5 years with high and low cycles on them. Yeah.
Wow. Now, when you're going to go to that event in August, this will be your first time sleeping in here, or have you slept in it before?
I've actually
at your house.
Actually tested. I'm lucky. I have a garage where I park this in. My wife parks on the other side of the garage. I have kind of a 5-car garage that I added a 3-car deep, 1-car wide to a 2-car where I live. And the first week I had this, I put the seats down and slept on the seats as they advertised back in when these were new.
Not as comfortable, right?
Not for a 70-year-old man. So then I put a mattress on top, and still the seats were not as comfortable as I wanted to be. Then I tried Walmart's best camping cot, except that the bar that goes around the outside, I was hitting my arms on. So I bought some pool noodles. So this happened over a period of a couple weeks. Finally decided this is not working. Maybe I made a mistake. So then I slept on the floor with all the seats up. That was better, but there's still got to be a better way. So in designing what I was going to call my perfect camper, I saw a bunch of people at all the meets, and I was taking all those ideas to refine it into one perfect camper. And my wife is watching it, putting up with my antics. And she goes, "Oh, go back, couple." We went back to this one, and they were showing it on one of the sites. And she says, I said, "That's what I want it to look like. I like this angle, so you put your feet out. Even with this completely closed, you still got room to move." She says, "Well, why don't you just buy it?" I said, "Because I'm not that kind of person. I build stuff." She goes, "Well, you've got a birthday coming for the next 20 years. That's your birthday present, your anniversary present, your everything present." So she bought it, and it showed up. It was supposed to be 10 days. It showed up in about 5 days.
Wow.
And it's absolutely perfect.
I can see why your wife was like, get that one, because from someone who knows nothing about the elements, you see this and you're like, wow, that is really well made.
I could, after seeing his little demonstration, I could see his thoughts behind this. He uses it so he knows what should be there, what shouldn't
be there. Yeah,
exactly.
That's amazing.
It really has. It doesn't have any fluff. There isn't anything there that really shouldn't be. Even down to the point why he put a roll top desk type. This is where the handlebar goes on his bicycle.
Oh, so he made it specifically more for him.
Yeah, there's a little kit that you can buy that bolts in down to the bottom here, these 2 holes here, that brings it goes onto your front fork. Well, I'm not a bicycle rider. I have an electric bike, but I don't take it out to the mountains. But that's why he did this. This is going to be where I put my power supply for my battery operated, my battery charger, my phone, that type of thing. It's also when you're sleeping, if the phone
something
does
quick
ring,
and easy access.
And it's kind of annoying to be out in the middle of nowhere enjoying nature and the phone rings.
And
and I did that in Montana on a big camping thing. The phone rings and it's my mom. "How's your vacation going?"
Like, well, I just got here. I'll let you know once I'm done.
So It's nice when your mom calls.
It is. Now, is it easy to set the bed up, or
It
how does
is.
it work?
That's a piece of amazing work. There's a groove routed into the side of these ends right here. There's a roller bearing, a double roller bearing, that follows that.
Oh.
Like a camshaft and that part of your engine. It's unbelievable. Like I said, a lot of thought. Very sturdy. I weigh 250 pounds and I don't feel threatened or queasy on it.
Oh, look at that.
And then this part folds down.
The engineering of Nick's
Yes.
design.
Unbelievable. And then these are fill-in pads for here. Oh, here's this one. And then where I'm standing, this one goes.
Wow.
Now, the extensions are usually stored,
Behind the seat?
well, behind the seats, but on the seat at the same time. It has a little fold-over piece, and this folds down on top of that and pins it in place.
Oh, look at that.
And so it doesn't rattle, it doesn't squeak, doesn't squawk.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then again, everything's Velcroed in place.
Yeah.
The Velcro is a plastic industrial Velcro here. Yeah. Whereas this is just the cloth, which is nice because this won't pick up lint and stickers. This won't pick up lint and stickers. If you've ever dealt with Velcro, it can be a pain.
And it seems like you can wash these covers if you want.
They come off
zipper.
if you want to wash them, or you can just take like the Element floor. You can just take a wet washcloth.
You think this is like a half? What would be the size of this?
This is an inch and a half.
Inch and a half?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have another inch and a half.
Oh.
Now, this is a spacer that goes between the two front panels that goes up to the console.
Gotcha. And that's how you get the full.
That's how you get a full, you get 2 people, 2.5 people, you got kids, you got dogs, or you're just like active in your sleep.
Wow. So the bench itself already comes with everything you need to sleep 2 people.
Correct.
Wow.
Now, this is an option. You can have your own made.
Yeah.
I decided to get them
Yeah.
as part of the whole package. And
Yeah, might as well.
yeah, like I said,
Because it's cut to fit and everything. Wow, everything has a place, which I love.
yeah, that's what's nice. It's all stories.
Yeah.
But here's that groove I was talking about.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yep.
So when you go
Yeah.
in,
It just follows it
Folds
like
down.
a roller coaster, and then
there it
locks in,
is.
and then this switches over to the other side. But you have a little cup holder here. You have a place to bring your power cord from the.
you even thought of that too. Yeah.
Exactly. Now also, which I didn't bring
And
with
this
me,
goes
there's
up,
a
too.
this notch right here.
Yes.
That is a slip in and fold down, and then there's a little 90-degree gusset bracket that forms a camping shelf.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, so you can in the morning you can make your coffee or
Yeah. Because then it'll come out
margarita
this
maker,
way.
yeah.
There you go. Look at that. Wow.
yeah, very very nicely built, very well engineered, very thought out. Like I said, he uses it so he takes suggestions. I've talked to him about a bunch of things. I was showing him my L-wire.
Yeah,
idea.
that is very unique.
Yeah.
And you got to show us the other light you showed me underneath too. That's nice. Do that.
Another thing that's kind of nice is, I don't know if the manufacturer has a name for it, but I call it the vault. Has this little trap door here, and when you open it,
Look at that light there.
but I put there's a little micro switch plunger here with a.
So
you
as he
you can put your
closes,
wallet in there. You can put your gun, your camera, your YouTube video hard drives in there.
So when you put that on, the light
Yep.
turns off. The
That-
minute you take
that-
it off,
That's what's unique about all this stuff has magnets on it to hold it together instead of locks and screws
Yeah.
in a lot of cases.
that's unique. Look at
Yeah.
that.
There's a little armrest here so you can get
Yeah.
in here. He puts little rubber snubbers on everything. Yeah, very, very, very pleased.
So your wife got you the full works, the setup, everything.
Yep.
Well, I can't wait to see how your awning looks and everything. You got to send us some pictures once you're out there.
Well, I'm working on a couple things right now. My overhead console. There was on one of the internet vlogs. Somebody says, "What do you put in there?" Well, you can put a power supply in there. My Alexa's in there.
Your Alexa, what?
So it opens my garage door. It turns on the porch lights when you drive up. It tells me the weather while I'm driving.
There you go. Yeah. A neat way to hang your hat up here.
Another thing I bought. It's amazing how cheap and how expensive the parts are. I bought an A-post trim. $10 free shipping.
Okay.
From Pennsylvania.
Nice.
I have a outside inside air temperature gauge that's going in it.
Oh, yes.
And a main battery and an auxiliary battery.
That's what you sent me a picture of, right?
Exactly, yes.
I'll put that in here so you guys can see that. Look at that. Nice.
Yeah, so it was going to go in the overhead console, but the mirror didn't work out. Oh, also that is another good investment is a full-time camera.
Front and rear camera.
It also acts as a backup camera. I also have a backup camera in my stereo. Nice. While I'm at the meet today, since there are 30 different ideas, I'm looking for a better radio, but I don't want a full 10-inch panel.
That's what a lot of people do.
I don't want to block the vents. I don't want to block the knobs. So I'm looking for, and I'm old-fashioned. I like that CD player, DVD player.
There you go.
Because when you go to Cracker Barrel, when you get out of California, they sell that kind of stuff, so you can buy another album. Yeah.
Look at that. Well, inside, is there anything else you're trying to do besides the?
Oh, there probably is.
Yeah.
I've got stuff going on all the time in my shop. Like I said, it's a nice place. The best thing about my garage is the stereo system that I built all the speakers at one time. It's a nice haven.
Nice haven.
My wife knows where to find me.
There you go.
Yeah. So that's my Element, and it's been a good vehicle. I've had a lot of cars over my years and camped everywhere, and this one, like I tell people, it's my last car.
Last car. They say that once you buy an Element, you get more.
Exactly. Well, what's nice is it'll go in the fast lane. I had a Vanagon. It was a great vehicle. It went everywhere, but you couldn't go in the fast lane.
You couldn't go.
You had to have. You had to play billiards and trigonometry and guesstimates to get out in the fast lane so you could pass somebody. It always seemed like the guys in front of you were making fun of you by slowing down and then taking off. But no, the Honda, even with 150 pounds on the roof rack, it still has acceleration. It still gets pretty good gas mileage, and I'm one of those that tracks all that. But yeah, it's a good car. You can still get lots of parts for it. The community is very, very supportive. If you're thinking about getting an Element, certainly do your research. Do look underneath them. If you're on the East Coast, good luck. This one has 155,000 miles on it, which is really nothing, but do look at your services. If you're not a car person, get somebody that is, pay them to, or your best friend to look them over, and find, there are some weaknesses. They have some rust issues. If you're not from California, we're pretty lucky. Cars don't rust here. The tires will rot from the sun, but the bodies won't rust away.
That's true.
And I watch a few YouTube guys that work on real cars, the Ford Chevrolets, in 5 years. Oh, I got to get brake lines.
Yeah.
Oh, 5 years, I got to get a brake rotor.
Yeah.
The pads are good, but the rotors are rusty.
Rotors.
So, yeah. But do a little research. Protect yourself. Don't be a victim. There's some good cars out there. I find with high mileage cars, the problems are going to show up. They aren't usually hidden. But and I've been in the car business all my life. I've worked on cars as old as 1909, when they were real cars. They were made out of brass. Yeah. So anyway, get out there, have some fun. Come visit the Honda Museum.
There you go.
They're looking for an Element. Hard to believe, but I'm going to go in and take a look myself and see all the cute little cars.
Thank you so much, Steve. We appreciate you and can't wait to follow your journey and
problem.
visit you at your garage.
Yep.
And for those, if you haven't came to the Bikes, Cars, and Coffee, come check it out. It's a free event at the Honda Museum, and we're going to show you guys some cool cars. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. Peace.